Live rise. Hold on. Live rise. Topic today is resistance. You always hear this word thrown around a lot. Resistance, right? Well, what are you really resisting? See, the place we live in, they like to use everything as a double-edged sword. You get everybody on YouTube and on social media and in the world talking about what this person did, that person did, and then they try to attack other people like, you ain't doing the real because you ain't saying it like this. Well, ultimately, people of a higher fraction of understanding knows about involvement. They know about attachments. They know about placements and circumstances. If I can solve a mathematical problem, that doesn't mean that the problem that needs to be solved, I had anything to do with it. I just solved it. Why am I talking like this? Resistance. It's not enough resistance in the world to innate characteristics that you carry within yourself. You are addicted to being heard. You are addicted to being in some function or fraction that allows you to be a part. You know what this is called? It's called a need for attention. Even on this higher level, just like you got narcissists that evolve into the highest level to where they'll butter up everybody around them just so when they know you try to seek help, you look like you lying. Everything evolves into a higher level of fuckery. And also in that opposite, the same energy evolves into a higher level of righteousness. We always balancing on one side or the other. Nobody stays in the middle. It's going to be about the middle. It's always going to be about the middle. Resistance. You have to resist both sides. People want to be right so much, you will do wrong stuff to satisfy your right. You know what I'm saying? And you wrong so much, when you try to do right, it doesn't satisfy the wrong. You got to find the middle. Resistance. This is super important. You're going to start resisting outside forces first. Subsequently, you're going to have to end up resisting the characteristics of yourself. You know, people get into these different spouts about involvement. And that's the base of everything. Even if it has attachment to the circumstance, the spout about involvement is your role in it. You know what I'm saying? The smartest thing an old head told me a long time ago is don't worry about everybody else. Look at what you did. Look at your part in it, even if it's light. Because then whatever part you play in it, you can see why what was said or why, because of your involvement. Resistance. Resistance is not a fucking group of people on TV with guns trying to fight the evil man. That's not the resistance. And then in some capabilities it is, if you think about it on another aspect as far as using that as characteristics, because you're supposed to be fighting against the evilness within yourself, right? That's everything that wants you to be involved in anything outside of yourself. Human beings are the dumbest creatures on the planet because it's levels of us. To our height, yeah, we are highly intelligent to our height, but as you go down, it's like looking at versions of you when they talk about evolution. Imagine having 6 sets of humans and don't realize that there's literally 6 sets of humans. You just looking at them because they have 2 arms, a head, 2 legs, and they have capabilities of eating, sleeping, talking, looking, seeing like you, bleeding, So automatically in your mind, you put them on the same ratio as you. Can't do that. Everybody not the same because everybody don't comprehend the same. That shows you the level of DNA that everybody's using. So for the most part, the world that we live in focuses on the outlook of how an individual comes, the outlook, instead of what's on inside, because you know why? They can't focus inside. That's a lower level creature. That's a lower level deity. That's just like an animal. If I walk up to an animal, it sees me coming. It feels the energy I'm putting off. You know what I'm saying? Everything outside of me. So that shows you if most people are moving in that direction, they think animalistic. Even when they satisfying themselves. Look how people devour food. No moderation. Look how well you take care of yourself. No self-care, self-love. These are all lacking qualities of divinity. And you can see the more you understand what divine is doing to you, especially if you're walking in this direction, it's almost like taking a wood chisel and chiseling off all the stuff around you just to get to the seed so then that part can bust out and be the next version or whatever. So you ain't gonna never get to that because you're too busy putting shit on top of you. You constantly pouring shit on you, no matter what it is. You putting fucked up ways you think, concepts of reality on you. Everything is just piling on top of you, piling on top of you. And while all this is taking place, you are burying or diffusing the process that's supposed to take place by removing things that you came with from your other past lives. It get deep. It get real deep. But most of these things happen when you sit down and you're still with yourself. For the most part, when I get frustrated, you know what I do? I call divine, or I talk to my higher self. I talk directly to him like, yo, that's like he's sitting right with me. I be like, yo, I ain't in the mood for this shit. I'm not about to do it. You know how I get. I'm not about to be played. Like I get in myself like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my nana used to be like, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it. You know what I'm saying? Don't say nothing. So for the most part, if I start feeling some type of way, I just don't say nothing. I talk to my higher self. And if that's not giving me the answers I want, I reach higher. I start talking directly to divine, not in a conversation. I just call divine. I just call on divine energy. Like, and that's me a conversation. Like I'm talking to divine because I'm raising my frequency to be noticed as seeing it is deep, because if I'm here as a spiritual being in a physical experience, gaining information because of perfection and imperfection. So that means I'm gaining an imperfect knowledge through a perfect system of failure to give back to the universe. It's imperative for me to sit down and transmute every energy that gets heavy with me at the highest ratio. It's imperative. So most people look at that and they want to put terms on it. No, I'm giving that to the divine, especially when I don't know it. I'm giving it to that. I'm going to tap in like, yo, boom. Here you go. I'm talking directly. Everybody got how they do things. I look at myself as a jewel. You know, a Judah. You know what I'm saying? Like a real jewel from the universe. So when the light hits me, it refracts. It gets purified. You know what I'm saying? Like it hits me in a different way. No matter what light source hit me, boom, it come through. I refract it out in different ways. I'm never in the mentality of being aggressed in the function of individuals. I know they don't know no better. My thing be the frustration with the manifestation of the evolution of the change in circumstance. It's like I see it, so I be wanting to be in it right then and there and move quicker, because light has speed or it doesn't, depending on where you at. It has weight or it doesn't, depending on where you at. That's just what it is. It's just like saying if I'm on a hill and I'm the force going down the hill, I'm heavy as shit because I'm the force going down the hill, right? But if I'm on the tail end of the force going down the hill, obviously the most potent part of that force is the force moving down, right? You know what I'm saying? So I would be the lighter part. I would be at the end. So that makes a whole bunch of sense. It's like saying when light travels, it's only heavy when it collides with the surface. or wherever it's going to be, like the stopping point. So all the streams behind that is literally light. You know what I'm saying? Like light and weight. That's why I started this conversation out with how the terms are double-edged sword when you don't understand. They even threw it in movies with genies, be like, yo, watch what you ask for, because you don't really think about the double-edged purpose of it, like the negative and the positives of everything in existence. And you have to take that when it comes with shit. You have to accept all of that. You know what I mean? And when you're able to accept all of that, you are proving to the divine that you understand the complete contract. Most people start and don't know they fucking contract. They just jump into shit. You know what I'm saying? And you just writing all over your contract like a 2-year-old. You got scribble. And you wonder why your life end the way it do. Our contract with the divine is always going to be the most important thing. You figuring out what that is by troubleshooting your life, that's slightly difficult. But ultimately, it is what your life is consistent of every day. It's not like it's not going to come and say, boom, this is what we were trying to. Nah, it's every day. It shows you your problem every day. It shows you your situation every day, and it's up to you to execute that and understand and to say, well, all right, this is what I need to do. Trying to understand the indicative value of the things that are taking place so you can move simultaneous with that energy. Look, I ain't going to even hold you, but you already know the vibes, man. Naga. One.